welcome back to the stage, Eric Kraft.
Thank you. Hope everybody had a good break. I do want to make one more announcement that I forgot to make the last time I was out here. I want to remind everybody about the all-conference party tonight at 6 o'clock on the event lawn. I haven't been backstage, so I don't know if it's cleared up yet, but my weather app said it's going to be clear by this evening, so it's going to be a beautiful night on the lawn out there. We really want to encourage you to spend your last evening here at the Gaylord Palms relaxing with us and just enjoying some time together before the conference ends. You know, it's kind of sort of axiomatic in our business that companies that are leaders in one generation of technology have to really make extra effort to not be leapfrogged as the next technologies develop, and that's certainly been Avaya's challenge, and it's been interesting to see how Avaya has responded to it. And today, here in our keynote, we're going to see sort of the next iteration of how Avaya is attempting to make its statement about how it goes from being the installed base leader in the era of the PBX to being continuing to be a leader in the world of software and the totally different world of collaboration that we have. And so we're very pleased to have Gary Barnett here to keynote. Gary is the Senior Vice President and General Manager of Engagement Solutions, and we're going to start the keynote now. Thanks.
Morning, everyone. Over the next 27 and a half minutes, I'm going to talk a lot today from what I call the A to Z of how communications is really transforming engagement, how you engage with your customers, how you even engage internally. And I have some great guests with me today that are going to help me with really describing to you how not only we've transformed, but how you're transforming, and probably most importantly, how your customers are transforming. Now, what you see is what I really like to call the big picture. And why do I say that? Well, I think probably for years and years now, the industry has really portrayed this idea of engagement, whether it's customer-facing or employee-facing, as being complex, hard to get up and running, takes a lot of time. Once you get it running, you don't want to touch it. And I want to spend some time with you today and just talk about how it's now all about simplicity. It's all about the reduction of complexity. It's all about speed. All of you have incredibly urgent projects that you have to get done. And when I say urgent, I'm not talking about the traditional 2 years of urgency. I'm talking about the 2 days of urgency, the 2 weeks of urgency. So let me walk you through for a second and then talk about the exciting things that we have in this big picture. Firstly, if you take a look in the top left-hand corner, it's all about customer engagement applications. Think of this as your world that faces your customer. In the top right-hand side, you see team engagement applications. Think of this as what faces your internal employees. And what's interesting is that these two worlds are starting to converge. that there's no longer these big silos between what happens in the customer-facing world and what happens in the employee-facing world. Bottom left is analytics, and really for our industry, this is kind of a new space to start talking about. And I've called it out here separately because analytics now has to really stand on its own. It's no longer reporting buried in a whole bunch of different siloed applications. Is that analytics has its own place at the table now and being incredibly important. When I talk to you and our partners and others, inevitably analytics always comes up as one of your top priorities. Bottom right-hand side is the infrastructure of the platform. It has to be scalable, it has to be reliable, and it has to be appropriate, again, for customer-facing as well as employee-facing. The last thing you want to do is bring up a dozen different infrastructures and try to get those to all play together. On the top left-hand side or far left-hand side, you see fabric networking. This all has to work on a very reliable, very scalable, highly integrated network. And then deployment models, all sorts of deployment models, pure cloud, hybrid, premise, and virtually every combination of those. Now, this week we were very pleased to announce things in most of these areas. The largest, most significant release in the history of Avaya. Example was our Aura 7, Elite 7, Session Border Controller 7, and a little bit more on what you have known in the past as Engagement Development Platform. Now, what are some of the significant things with what it is that we released? First of all, they all released concurrently. So now it's no longer releasing team engagement separate from customer engagement. They were all available to you concurrently. Secondly, is it's 100% software, 100% virtualized. So this is no longer the proprietary hardware. This is no longer even having media gateways involved if you choose to go with the pure 100% software. Still just as scalable, in fact, more scalable than what we've had available in the past. The second is seamless integration. Because this is now a full software stack, much easier to integrate both into new applications that you're building as well as existing applications. Orchestration and workflow automation you see in the center is very important. And that has to be a breeze to work with. It has to be something that is fast, that allows you to put your applications together quickly. Multi-layer security with what we announced with Session Border Controller 7. Again, not only is analytics a hot topic, but so is security. And then finally, it has to be simple. It has to be open. And I'm not just talking about API open. I'm talking about a completely open platform that allows you to put into play virtually any use case that your business needs. Now, also, we talked about this week the on Avaya Google Cloud Platform. Now, this is the pure cloud play that we have that has customer engagement or customer-facing contact center applications. We're very happy to announce that this has now been extended not only for customer-facing, but also for employee-facing, which means that the on Avaya and the Google Cloud Platform includes not only contact center, but now also includes unified communications, all built on the rock-solid IP Office and IP Office Contact Center solutions. It now works on virtually any device, meaning that not only is it based on Chromebook, but you can run this on any browser on any device. And also, I should mention, as you would expect from a pure cloud play, available on a monthly subscription, both UC side as well as contact center side. On the analytics, the best thing I can say here is stay tuned. We're certainly leading the way in having analytics stand on its own. You'll see some important announcements from Avaya over the next couple, 3 months about new entries that we're making into the analytics space. So again, stay tuned to this space. Also in the secure fabric networking is our Pod FX. You've known in the past that we've had collaboration pod. We've taken that to the next step. So this is a complete turnkey solution, all the way from networking to storage to all of the open servers to all of our applications on team engagement and customer engagement. You just literally roll it in the door and plug it in, and you've got everything that you need. We're having great success with this in the SPSI world that's using this to power their own cloud solutions. It's a great turnkey solution. And then, of course, none of this would be possible without world-class services, not just implementation services, but consultative services from Avaya and our partner network. Now, I left the best for last there in the center, which I've labeled automation and workflow orchestration. And as of today, we have released our 3rd generation, and this is now called Avaya Breeze. So this is the platform that allows you to implement applications that touch any of these areas in the big picture very, very quickly, completely workflow driven, and has the ability to write custom SnapIns along with SnapIns from Avaya. This is about fast, reliable, scalable development of your particular use cases. Doesn't matter if those are customer-facing in your contact center or whether those are employee-facing in your enterprise. Breeze is the platform that allows you to get there reliably and very quickly. And as I said, this is our 3rd generation, very mature, running hundreds of thousands, if not millions of transactions today. Now, none better to talk about SnapIns and the extensibility and why Breeze is so important than from hearing from a customer that is literally running their business today, particularly in communications and engagement with Breeze and these SnapIns. So I'd like to welcome to the stage Nick Kwiatkowski, from the telecommunications architect from Michigan State University. Nick?
Thank you.
Hi, Nick. How are you this morning?
Good.
Great. Now, you started back in the engagement development platform days, and of course now 3rd generation, that's named Breeze.
Yep.
You guys started with just one simple application when we first started talking to you. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so one of the first applications we did, we actually were able to leverage an existing application that we were actually outsourcing, bring it in-house, and we were able to utilize things like text messaging, email, all that type of stuff in one application to really enable elevators to be able to better communicate with our call centers and be able to provide better customer service when people are stuck in an elevator.
You don't usually think about elevators and communication until you're stuck in one, right? Yep. and also Michigan State University, you guys don't have one elevator.
No, we have about 500 or so.
Right, okay. So that was a pretty simple application. And if I remember right, you guys had an internal hackathon, and someone said, hey, I think we could take Breeze and implement this application, and it started from there, right?
Yeah, so really what we ended up doing was we had, the timing just ended up working really well when that original contract ended, but we were able to utilize a student hackathon where a group of students were able to build the application in about 2 weeks, or sorry, 2 days, sorry.
Yep.
And we were able to actually roll that out in about 2 months or so into production with full certification and everything that we needed to do.
Wow. So fast development, obviously you have to do your testing and make sure it works with all your systems, and then rollout. I mean, those are things that in the past you would have never thought in terms of low single-digit months, right?
No, I mean, a project like that would have been 3 months if we would have outsourced it to a vendor. If we would have had something custom built with any other solution, it would have been a year at least.
Okay, so you started with that application, and then it kind of caught fire from there, right? People learned about Breeze and saw what it was like. Now, tell me about what's happened.
We've got probably about 40 or so applications out on our system today, you know, developed some by customers, some by us. We're across the board as far as what we currently have. So it's really quick to build applications, and you know that because that really quick iterative design, it makes it really easy.
Yeah, and you talked about the elevator, but there's a lot of other things that you've developed as well. So it isn't just that type of communication. I think when you and I talked earlier, is you're seeing just a wide variety of applications. Tell us about a couple of those.
Yeah, so I mean, we've got things like our bike shop, you know, for example, we're able to do text messaging out of our bike shop to let people know about, you know, when repairs are finished and things like that. We've text-enabled.
Important to students,
right?
Seeing
exactly.
That's usually their only mode of transportation.
Yep,
right?
And especially for a big campus like us.
Yep.
But things like our parking system, you know, we've text-enabled our parking system. We've been able to integrate EDP into our call centers for high volume and high density donors and things like that to the university to be able to track them.
Yeah. So the bottom line is this has been very use case driven.
Yep.
It all depended on what your users wanted to solve, and then you were able to take Breeze, and it was easily adaptable to what it is that you needed to do.
Yeah, we were able to do those, you know, those kind of like edge cases that the phone system wouldn't necessarily always have done, but be able to plug in, you know, these Breeze applications to be able to really allow us to make really quick applications, do those really quick use cases, and do really quick wins that otherwise we would have, never been able to do.
Right. And the last thing is I remember I saw you speak one time, and you said that this really made your organization completely relevant to the university. You went from kind of being thought as the dial tone guys to now you're the go-to team that says, look, I have a business problem. Nick, help me solve this.
That's really it. I mean, let's be honest. People aren't asking for phones on the desk anymore. I hate to say that to somebody from Avaya, but, but when we're talking about, being able to build these applications and really do that, communications-enabled business processes.
Yeah.
Really bring in, the ability for us to integrate all these different platforms together and be able to, do a phone call, do text messaging, aggregate email, social media, all these other things into one platform. It's really important for us.
Nick, I'll trade 40 desk phones for 40 Breeze applications any day.
Right.
Great. Okay.
Great.
Nick, thank you very much. Great. Thanks. Thanks, Nick. Now, I talked about Breeze, and now for a couple of years as this platform matured into third generation, as most of you know, the way that the flexibility is shown with Breeze is through what we call SnapIns. It's very easy for development teams like Nick to add functionality, and that's all done through a SnapIn. We are very happy to announce this week at Enterprise Connect that we have launched the industry's first e-commerce site for both customer engagement and team engagement, where partners all the way through the end users can develop and upload SnapIns, and then end users can download and purchase those SnapIns. It is now completely live, up and running, and we're going to give you a glimpse of that. But to help me, I'd like to introduce Brian Stewart, who's the Vice President of North American Sales for eGain. Brian? Brian, good morning.
Hey, Gary, how are you?
Hang on. Okay, Brian, how are you going?
Good,
okay, good to see you.
All right.
Now, eGain, great partner of Avaya, right? And of course, we do a lot of integrations in the field. There's a lot of customers today that are both Avaya customers as well as eGain.
Of course.
You guys found the Snap Store and developing SnapIns to be great for you guys. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, as mentioned, eGain is an Avaya technology partner. When we first started working with Breeze, our developers found it to be quite easy to integrate, essentially. Was that mentioning that?
You guys did, if I remember the integration, it was the first SnapIn that you did, right?
That's right. Essentially,
how long did it take you to develop?
Well, basically, it only took about 2 weeks to develop it, and that's kind of funny. Yeah. The platform makes the integration of Breeze. No pun intended.
Yeah, that's funny. so let's show folks. You guys, of course, put your SnapIn up there, and let's show people exactly what it looks like, right?
Sure.
Okay, so here's the front page of the Snap Store, and of course, it tells all about the Snap Store and how easy it is to use. And then if we scroll down, aha, there we go. eGain right there on the page of the Snap Store.
Of course.
You can see we have other partners already up there as well. Several of those, like you guys in the Avaya booth.
Absolutely.
And then the customer simply moves over and clicks on the eGain SnapIn, right? Now they can learn all about the cool stuff that you guys did.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
Right? And then for you guys, now in this particular case, you put a no-charge SnapIn up there, right?
Right. So essentially with that, the SnapIn will be completely free to download. It'll easily integrate eGain's Knowledge Cloud with Avaya Breeze, Elite, and Aura. And essentially, Avaya's made it a breeze.
Yeah. So literally, customer goes to Snap Store, downloads that. There's no charge for that. You could have set a fee for that if you wanted to and sold it to everyone. But they download that, simply install that into Breeze.
Correct.
And now the eGain system is now connected with the Avaya system, regardless of whether it's Aura or Elite.
Absolutely, soup to nuts, the whole thing.
That's fantastic. And you guys have folks in the Avaya booth and also in the Innovation Lounge if folks want to get more information on this.
Absolutely.
Okay, fantastic. Brian, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thanks. Gosh, I didn't think I was short. Okay, so eGain just demonstrates how we're able to very quickly start to sign up partners to be able to put these types of technologies up into the Snap Store, and just how easy it is to now acquire these technologies. There's already, I think, around 20 or so from Avaya and from partners up there. Of course, this has just gone live. You can go to the website. You can take a look at these, read about them, and then you're going to see great growth over the next few months as we have other partners already lined up. And then, of course, at Avaya ourselves, we'll be releasing several new SnapIns. Now, I said earlier that in, 27 minutes, I was going to cover everything from A to Z. And I would say at this point, I've kind of sort of got everything from A to Y, but we saved the best part for last, which is the Z part. But before I do that, watch this video.
Today, we live in a smart digital world. A world where communication turns the impossible to possible. Communication enables us to save time, to save lives, to fix things before they're broken, to remember when we've forgotten, and to work together even when we're apart. Today, we can do the impossible. Just imagine what she'll do tomorrow.
So, I'm very proud to be the person on stage to announce a brand new Avaya company called Zhang. And we are launching it right now. All the things are going out on the press. So, I have a couple of guests that I'll invite out, but first let me tell you a little bit about Zhang, why we're very proud of this, and why this is so significant to the industry. The first thing is it's a brand new company. It is a subsidiary of Avaya, and it will have a totally different go-to-market motion than traditional Avaya. Secondly is it's 100% cloud-based. And so what is it? Lots of things on the cloud. First, it is a very comprehensive communications platform as a service, as a pure cloud offering. Second, it is a complete application as a service, standalone or embedded. You can put this inside of your own applications, or you can run these as standalone applications. And probably third and most significant is between the communications platform as a service and the application as a service, you have the world's most strong development environment to be able to put these applications together very, very quickly. It has a different go-to-market, as I mentioned, totally independent from the Avaya application, so this is a brand new space for it. And it will also develop its own partner ecosystem that will be dedicated to Breeze. Now, what we found is that the communications platform as a service industry is a hyper-growth industry. We've seen that probably here this year and a bit of that this last year. In fact, from the analysts, they say that over the next few years, this will be around a $7.5 billion opportunity. And Zhang is the specialist on the enterprise quality cloud API messaging, where Avaya remains the specialist in the business communication space. Okay, now to help me introduce Zhang, I'd like to invite to the stage Mo Nezarati, who is the new general manager of Zhang. Mo? Hi.
Hey, Gary.
How are you, Mo?
I'm great. How are you?
Exciting stuff.
Exciting, very exciting.
Last time you and I were on a stage this size, we were announcing the ESNA acquisition, where you were the founder and also the CEO.
Yes.
Now, another exciting time of announcing Zhang, right?
Absolutely. I'm happy to going back to a small company and running an agile entrepreneurial style business.
Right, perfect. So I talked a little bit about the communications platform as a service, et cetera, but give the audience just a little bit more idea about what Zhang really is.
Sure. So Zhang is really created to exceed our customers' expectations of what they can want, what they can expect from a cloud communications platform. As you said, we're delivering really 4 key components. We're delivering a world-class cloud application platform with REST APIs, XML APIs that people can build applications on. We're also building a very robust a development platform, so our customers have an easier time to deploy and launch their applications.
Yeah.
We're also delivering all the embedded tools and assets that SNAP brought with them through the SNAP acquisition to Avaya. We're now pulling all of that into Zhang and embedding that into the applications that we're providing, which is the fourth leg of what we're going to market with, which is a very robust set of canned applications that we're taking to market. The first one of which we're actually showing in the Avaya booth today, called Zhang Spaces, which is our team collaboration system.
Wow. So as you say, the really significant part is there are folks early in this market that are just the communications platform as a service and a pretty dumb API.
Right.
That's their space. Then there's others that are kind of at the top end with the persistent spaces, et cetera. Right. There's no one in the middle that has a great development platform. What we've done with Zhang is you've put all those together into one end-to-end solution, pure cloud offering.
Absolutely. We're the first all-in-one solution to attack the entire spectrum of what customers want from a solution like this.
Wow, that's really exciting. So what makes it different? Why is Zhang different than the industry and certainly different from Avaya proper?
Well, we're really designing the applications to be this infinitely customizable set of solutions that we can take to our customers. We're also looking for partners who want to really communication enable their mobile applications or other applications that they have. And it's a really pay-as-you-go model, so we can really micro-build this in a per second, per minute, per API call, per user basis. So it's an incredibly flexible set of options that we're providing into the market.
And completely self-serve on the web, which they'll learn about here shortly.
Absolutely.
Right?
We're a cloud-based company, a web-based company, and that's where we're going to market with.
Right, that's fantastic. So customers, what can they expect from Zhang?
Well, they can expect ease and agility for the first part, but I'm going to actually bring on a guest who's been a customer of Zhang's and building an application on Zhang's platform for the past little while, one of our first alpha customers. So I'm going to ask Ellie Finkelman of Teltech to join us on stage.
Great. Hi, Ellie, how are you?
How are you? Hi.
Hey, great to see you.
Thank you for having me.
So Ellie, you're from Teltech, and you're actually already a customer of Zhang, right?
Exactly.
Tell us a little about Teltech.
So Teltech is a company that develops innovative communication apps that help solve everyday problems on people's phones. One of our flagship apps is called Tape-a-Call. Tape-a-Call was built on top of Zhang's platform,
right?
Leveraging the voice and messaging components of that platform.
Right.
And what it allows us to do is focus on our core strength, which is developing apps. We no longer have to worry about the underlying network. And our developers love that because they don't have to know how SIP works or how DIDs are provisioned.
Yeah.
They're able to plug directly into our backend and within days have an app in production.
Wow, that's fantastic. So I'm showing Tape-a-Call here. There may be a lot of folks in the audience that are already a user of Telecall or of Tape-a-Call and didn't know that that was based on the Zhang technology, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Okay. Now you mentioned that all of this, of course, runs in the cloud. Folks just simply go to the App Store, purchase Tape-a-Call, download that to their iOS device, and then they're in business, right?
That's right.
Ready to go.
Yeah. Okay. Tape-a-Call is really an innovative app, which is download a one-time purchase app and record all your calls, incoming and outgoing, and store those on the cloud. So someone like a journalist might use one of our apps, Tape-a-Call, to do that. And one of the core components of that is to be able to, one, store that in the cloud, but two, have it stored securely and also with the high quality that our customers demand.
Sure.
And just like our developers don't want to know what is on the underlying technology, our customers also, they just want to have an app that works.
Right.
And Zhang allows us to do that.
And if you would have tried to start from scratch and not had Zhang in the cloud on the communication side, I would imagine a different story as far as cost, development time, et cetera.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we mainly employ application developers. We don't want to keep SIP or voice engineers on payroll. So for us, it's a game changer because we can now rely on a company like Zhang, backed by Avaya enterprise expertise, to power that and allow us to scale as we continue to grow.
Right. Now, we'll put some things up here for stats, but give us an idea, and I think this is going to be quite impressive to the audience.
Yeah, so Tape-a-Call has about 60 million recordings to date These are recordings that are stored on the cloud, and a customer might download them, share them. It's a number 4 app in the App Store under the business category, and it's in 53 countries, which is another great benefit because we can provision DIDs, international DIDs, on the fly, and immediately add countries as we keep doing that.
Again, all based on Zhang, so that's the flexibility that it gives you.
Absolutely.
Right. That's, I mean, 60 million. Right. I mean, this is a pretty significant application in the B2C space, right?
Yeah,
which
exactly.
for at least for the Avaya family is a pretty new. For Zhang, I think it's going to be very typical.
Yeah.
So how come you picked Zhang? I mean, what else did you guys consider, and why was the communication platform so important to you?
Yeah. So like I said, when we were looking at platforms to build on top of, or to build tape-a-call on top of, we were looking at platforms like Twilio, for example, and what we found was that Twilio is not a right fit for us. As we scale and as we are growing to the size that we are, we need a platform that is catered to the size that we are, both on pricing and the infrastructure as well.
Right. Okay, great.
Has to scale, right? I mean, when you talk about 60 million,
sure.
You know, we're talking about industrial strength cloud platform here, right?
Yep.
So great.
Exactly.
And just a reminder, Mo and I talked about earlier, is what's great is that's just the communications platform as a service. Now you guys will look at Zhang and how to continue to move up the stack, right, of all the other things that Zhang has to offer.
Yeah.
Right. That's fantastic.
Well, congratulations on the success you've had with Tape-a-Call.
Thank you very much.
And if I may, I'd like to use you as a model.
Please.
Mo, I think of the three of us, Ellie's the best model, that's for sure.
Thank you. So, Ellie, congratulations on some brand new Zhangware that we're introducing into the market. And one for you, Gary.
Oh, great. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, just my size, too.
Yeah.
So, well, Mo, okay, so we get ours. You have a pretty big audience here. Did you bring enough for everyone?
Well, I wouldn't want to come on stage and not have my Oprah Winfrey moment. So you get one, and you get one, and you get one. You all get one. So Zhang T-shirts for everyone today.
Great. So to remind everybody, they will get their official inaugural Zhang T-shirt as they leave. And the other thing is, I want to have everybody wear them.
Right. So we're going to have actually Zhang ambassadors walking the floor today. So if they see you wearing your T-shirts, you're actually going to get some additional prizes if you get tapped on your shoulder. So make sure you wear your Zhang T-shirts, and we have some really cool gifts that we're handing out today.
Right. In fact, I heard a little birdie whisper to me that there's actually a drone as one of the prizes, right? So I think it's worthwhile putting on the Zhang T-shirt.
Absolutely.
Great. Okay, Ellie, thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, and congratulations. Mo, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks, guys. Okay, so about 27 and a half minutes ago, I really did want to give you a glimpse of kind of the new world A to Z and how we see it at Avaya. It has to be fast, it has to be simple, it has to be smart, it has to be contextual. It has to be incredibly open. Not just API open, it has to be totally open with fantastic development platforms as well. It has to be use case driven. Vendors can no longer come into you and go, here's all my features and functions, please have your business adapt to us. It has to be about us coming to you saying, what are your use cases? How is this important to you? How can we help you? And then a platform, both Avaya and Zhang, that's flexible enough to do the job for you. We think this is a fantastic opportunity for both Avaya and Zhang, and we just could not be happier or proud of what we've accomplished, and more importantly, the opportunities that we have going forward. Now, on the screen, a couple of important things. One is you'll see a number there, the 510-727-5547. If you text Zhang to that number, it will SMS back to you all the cool information about Zhang and some links, etc. Know that that application was built on Zhang. So when you SMS Zhang to that number, you'll actually be using a Zhang application, and I can attest to you, because I saw it done, that Zhang application to do that SMS was built in 3 minutes. I'm not joking, 3 minutes. Okay? And also visit the Zhang website, which is www.zhang.io. We have changed the booth up, and for the rest of the afternoon, we now have a station in the booth that is dedicated exclusively to Zhang. So you can learn about the cool Avaya things, and then there'll also be dedicated folks there from Zhang that will give you an idea of this new communications platform as a service. If you want to get in touch with Ellie and learn more about what they've done at Teltech and what their experiences are, we can make that happen for you as well. Okay? Thank you very much, and we really appreciate the time. Thank you.